today. We'll be letting you know the dates. I will be sending a poll in the Mekon communication group with 3 dates or 4 dates proposed. So whichever date is suitable for you guys and where we get the 50% of the majority, we will be handling the MOT on that particular day. I would request all the Mekonians, please vote, looking at a free time, because we need 50% minimum attendance to conduct the MOT. And it is very important for all the new joinees. I'll tell why we are stressing so much in the group about MOT, because MOT is like our health checkup. How we have a health checkup, this is the health checkup of our club, how our club is doing, what we need to do it more better, the feedback, everything which will help us, our club, to do more better. So I request all the Mekonians, please vote on the poll and let us know where we can get 50% majority and we can do the MOT. And the last date where we need to conduct the MOT is 31st October 2025. So before that, we need to submit the MOT. Thank you so much, and I will hand over to the VP.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. The following roles have been booked for the upcoming weeks. The meeting happening on 1st of September. We have one speech slot booked by Toastmaster Adishwar and the second speech slot booked by Toastmaster Deepa. The general evaluation slot has been booked by Toastmaster Jyothi, and Toastmaster of the day is booked by Toastmaster Raja. All the other roles are free. Please contact me at the earliest to book the role. Thank you, and over to the President.
The Sergeant can take over.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
I'd like to tell you about a story from old Bengaluru. There was a couple here who had 4 children, 2 sons and 2 daughters. The 2 sons had done some of their education and were going on to they had gotten into bad company and were going on to a bad track. The 2 daughters were both very pretty, very good-looking young girls, so all of society was eyeing them. So the mother and the father, the mother actually was really worried about getting these 2 girls married. The father, he was the most carefree, bindas man you will meet. He used to just do odd jobs, just get along with his day and relax no matter what. The mother, on the other hand, was very hardworking. She was an overthinker. She worried endlessly about the future of her 4 children. And ultimately, fast forward another 20 years, the eldest son did go into a bad track. He became an auto driver and consumed scrupulous amounts of alcohol and finally perished from liver stenosis. The second son had an epiphany somewhere in between. Recovered, brought his whole life back on track and the whole family with him. The 2 daughters were married into great families. It is in this context I'd like you to look at the theme of today. Thinking is a luxury. For the mother, overthinking about the family was her daily bread and butter. That's all she could do. On the other hand, for the father, not thinking was the ultimate luxury. He chose not to think about anything. One of the mother's worst nightmares did come true, but it didn't matter. With that, I'd like to hand over the charge to today's president, or the Mekon Communication Club's president, Toastmaster Latha. She is ever so confident. She is always powerful behind the lectern and captivates our attention with her stories. Please give it up for the president.
Thank you, Acting Sergeant of Arms Toastmaster Sergeant Toastmaster Chetan, for this wonderful introduction. We have a guest over here. So I would like the guest to please stand up wherever they are and give your introduction and your name and how did you come to know about our club.
Hi everyone, I am Ajay. I am basically from Kolhapur, Maharashtra. So currently I am working at Ether Energy as a lead for brake suspension and tire design for electric two-wheelers. And I come to know about this club through Google. I was just checking which club is having the schedule on the weekday. So I found that Mekon club is having that. So that's why I come here. So my main purpose is I want to improve my communication skills and I have some stage fear, so I want to improve upon that. Thank you.
Thank Thank you, Abhijit, and welcome to the club, and hope to see you as a member very soon. Now, I would like to call upon our Secretary Toastmaster Madhu to read out the demo.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. Here is the minutes of the meeting for meeting number 1330, held on the 18th of August. The theme was Tales of Bravery. Word of the week was disseminate. The business session started at 6:28 p.m. and was chaired by the President Toastmaster Latha. Now, many things were discussed in the business session. Firstly, the President made the following announcements: that the Moments of Truth session would be taking place in the next meeting on August 25th, and asked members to be present as 50% membership is needed for conducting the session. She also requested members to take up TAPG and FTG roles and also to book speech slots, and appreciated the members of the executive committee for timely and prompt action and commitment to work. Next, the Vice President Public Relations, Toastmaster Shreya and Associate Vice President Public Relations, Toastmaster Shuba made the following announcements regarding the club. New initiatives have been taken to standardize the club's branding across all platforms, along with restarting posting on LinkedIn and providing Linktree links. Mentioned new improvements on the YouTube videos, along with a standardized posting schedule on social media. And they asked members to share reviews of the club to help with audience outreach and engagement, and asked for members who would be open to being tagged on social media to help with the same. Later, Vice President of Education, Toastmaster Apoorva, TR, made the following announcements: that the Moments of Truth session would be conducted on 25th of August, and 2 speech slots and the role of Toastmaster of the day had been booked. And for the meeting on September 1st, 3 speech slots had been booked, and that all the other remaining roles were open for interested members to take. The regular meeting started at 6:38 p.m. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Rachna Sridhar, started the meeting with an introduction on the theme and handed over the charge to President Toastmaster Latha. President Toastmaster Latha opened the meeting, spoke on the theme, and introduced the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Apoorva. Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Apoorva, spoke on the theme and introduced the role takers for the day, who are Timer, Toastmaster Adishwar, R-Counter, Toastmaster Vikram Bharadwaj, PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Suresh Jagannath, and Grammarian, Toastmaster Rahul R. Gandhi. There were 2 speakers for the day. The first speaker was Toastmaster Deepa Krishna Reddy in the Pathway Presentation Mastery for the project Level 1, Project 2. Evaluator was Toastmaster Chetan, and the second speaker was Toastmaster Ritika Amarnath. Pathway was Persuasive Influence, and the project was Level 3 Elective Project, and the evaluator was Toastmaster Prasad. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Jyothi, and there were a total of 12 speakers. General evaluation was conducted by Subramaniam V. DTM, and the winners of the week were: Best Prepared Speaker, Toastmaster Ritika Amarnath; Best Evaluator, Toastmaster Prasad; Best Table Topic Speaker, Toastmaster Shuba Subramaniam; Best Role Taker, TAPG, was Toastmaster Rahul R. Gandhi; and the Best Role Taker, MTG, was Toastmaster Jyothi. The President closed the meeting at 8:32 p.m., followed by the National Anthem. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhu, for reading out the MOI for meeting number 1330. Any objection raised or any amendments proposed? So since there are no objections raised or any amendments proposed, I hereby accept the MOM number 1330 and open the meeting number 1331. Recently I had been to Munnar. I could say that is the Kashmir of the South. Beautiful place. Now, being a freelance skills development trainer, I thought, okay, I just need 2 days, relaxing, just see the beautiful mountains, eat, sleep, eat, sleep, eat, sleep. There was only thing in my mind. I thought, okay, I'm going to wake up at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and I'm going to eat and again go back to sleep. But the moment I stepped into Munnar, I was like, this is the place I wanted to go from long time. I thought maybe I don't know whether I can go to Kashmir or no. I thought, okay, let me experience the Kashmir of the South India. So I go there and I stay in Sterling Resorts, and this is one of the most beautiful properties on a hill in Munnar. And I thought, wow, this is an opportunity, 2 days full relax. But that relaxation went to 5 days. Because that was the time when I could think no trainings, no other commitments, just me, and more of me over there. So my resort was in between a jungle, and my most favorite, I shouldn't have favorite test because that is not the right term to tell it, but the most favorite place spot for me in that resort was the swimming pool. And the swimming pool was in between the jungle. If you just lie down on the chair over there and just look up, you just see beautiful sky and only greenery. And sometimes you hear the elephants also roaring, but you know they will not come inside, so you're safe over there. And that's when I thought, let me use this time and write. Because I am a person who writes poetry, writes short stories, and in a long time I was not able to do it. Because I didn't have time, and my commitment is very high. By the end of the day, if I want to sit and write also, my body, my mind is so tired. The only thing my mind tells is, Latha, please go to sleep. Your sleep is also equally important. So I told, okay, the 3 days of extension what I got, let me think. Let me write on something which I can use for my training, which I can use for my hobby as a writer. What and all I can do it. I wrote a lot of poems, short poems in Hindi and English. I wrote short stories. If we don't publish it, that is my personal collection. As a hobby, I keep it. So this was something made me think that whole year you're working so much. Probably twice in a year you can go to a place like that where you don't have any disturbance. The only thing you want to do is eat, sleep, and think. Only 3 things. Eat, sleep, and think. And whatever you think is pending for you, whatever you want to do as a writer, as a poet, why don't you do that? And that is when it struck to me. Yes, thinking is a luxury. Why? Because in a normal course of life, you do not have the time to think. Because thinking takes time, and we do not have that time. In 24 hours, there are so many things to do that you want to go and ask the nature, please give me 6 more hours. Because I have to do so many things in that 124 hours. The other reason also why we are not taking up to thinking is, thinking consumes a lot of time, and we do not have time. The adrenal rush what we get to get answers quickly, that thinking will not give us. There's so many other reasons, the mental blockage, the family commitments, the personal, professional commitments what we all have, that doesn't allow us space for thinking. So that is one thing what we can do is, take a 2-day, 3-day, 4-day break. That time, do not get into your personal professional commitments. Just sit and think what you want to do in the next coming months, how you want to improve yourself, and just relax your mind. Tell your mind, go float wherever you want to go. This is your time to relax. Because again, once the 3 days gets over, the 72 hours get over, you're back on the same path, on the same routine. So this is I would tell. Thinking is not luxury in today's day. It's a super luxury, only affordable by very few people. And I think I'm privileged one to get that super luxury what many people are not getting. With the person, now talking about thinking is luxury, I would like to give a little insight of the person who gave us this theme. Now, the Toastmasters who gave us this theme is the CEO of Locus Business System India Private Limited, and includes a hobby of travel and music. But his dream is to make his company one of the biggest corporate companies in the world. And with this, I would like to request you all to give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Prashant.
Good evening, Toastmasters, and welcome guests.
Good evening.
Today, the topic I am going to discuss, it may sound strange first. We are living in a world where we have continuous notifications, short videos, and endless scrolling. This has resulted in minimizing our attention span. It has completely sliced our attention span. which has resulted in we not being able to focus, reflect and think. Author Mary Hallington relates this to a food. Just like how junk food harms our health, junk media harms our mind. One of the most scariest thing is that the families who have money are able to restrict the screen time for their kids, encourage reading books, and third, create space for deep thinking. The result is we are creating a world where thinking is for the privileged few. Deep thinking is absolutely important for solving problems, coming up with new ideas. Without that, we are just not going to survive with technology. We absolutely need to be able to think, to leverage every aspect in this world. I'm sure our seniors, A.K. Prabhakara sir and M.U. Bhatt sir, in their formative years, they wouldn't have been even able to think that thinking in one day will become luxury. So, what is the solution? We need to involve in reading long articles. Like our president, keep away from phone and have some quiet time for thinking. So, with few steps, I'm sure we can, nurture deep thinking by encouraging children for deep thinking sessions. We can definitely, make sure that thinking aspect is thriving in this world. At Toastmasters, we stand here crafting speeches. We observe, we reflect. So, by participating here, you are already participating in a deep thinking, session. Toastmaster is one who is actually making sure that we embrace this, aspect of deep thinking week on week, to ensure that we have not only built our public speaking and leadership skills. RAFS is medley to ensure that we also continue to nurture this thinking aspect. In 1924, he started this Toastmaster movement. Started in just one club with few members in YMCA Santa Ana, California. Today, it has more than 270,000 members with 14,200 clubs and in 150 countries. To ensure that we have to run this meeting, we have few role takers called TAPG. Let me call upon them and so that they can give a brief introduction about their role out here. So let me start with today's PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Deepa.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Thinking is truly a luxury. Let's not break the chain of thoughts with any kind of distractions. Being the PPE today is a momentous moment, and I request everyone to keep your phones on silent mode, refrain from speaking on sex, religion, and politics. Enter and exit only during applause. Avoid cross talk, especially when someone is speaking behind the lectern. I will give my report during the general evaluation. Thank you.
Now I call upon our R-counter, Toastmaster Vikram.
Good evening, my dear Toastmasters and my fellow readers. The purpose of our counter is to note the words and the sounds that are used as crutch, pause filter, used by anyone. During the meeting, I will listen to the overused words, including and, well, but, so, you know. I will also listen to filter sounds, including I will also note speaker repeats a word or a phrase like I, this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will give you the report of each speaker and how many times they used it and their expressions.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Now I call upon timer, Toastmaster Samir.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. Today I heard somewhere else, even entire world wealth ready to pay, you won't get that time you wasted. So, as the word of the week suggests, time is very momentous. As a timer, I will time the table, topic, speaker, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote significant times remaining. The table topic speaker should timer limit their remarks, but no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. For speeches, I will raise the green card at 5 minutes. I will raise the yellow card at 6 minutes and red card at 7 minutes. Individual evaluation should be between the 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. I would like to mention the time deterrence in our timings, and I will give my time management reviews at the time of general evaluation time. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samir. Now I call upon the Grammarian, Toastmaster Dishitha.
If thinking is a luxury, then words can weave the most valuable fabrics. Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmaster and guests, good evening. I have two distinct roles today. As grammarian, I will pay close attention and take note of great and not so great usages of the language, just like how I used a metaphor in my opening line. As word master, it is my pleasure to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is momentous, which means of great importance or significance, especially in its effect on the future. An example of its usage is delivering my icebreaker speech was a momentous occasion in my Toastmasters journey. I encourage all the speakers to use the word of the day. When called upon, I will present my report on the usage of the language during the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. For the interest of the guest, a Toastmaster meeting consists of 3 sessions. The first session is the prepared speech session, wherein the speaker will prepare on a topic based on the guidance in the manual. And second session is the table topic session, wherein a topic is given randomly to the members and guests. They are supposed to come and speak for a minute or two. It's also helps them to build their impromptu, thinking and speaking skills. The third session is the general evaluation, wherein the entire proceedings of the meeting is evaluated. So, without further ado, let's begin the first session. The first speaker is attempting level 1 project 3. And the title is 15 seconds rule. I request the individual evaluator, Toastmaster Madhusudhan, to read out the guidelines.
The purpose statement of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance a speech. This member has chosen to only be evaluated on vocal variety for their speech. Notes for the evaluator: during the completion of this project, the member spent time developing or improving their vocal variety. About the speech, the member will present a well-organized speech on any topic. Listen for how the member uses their voice to communicate and enhance the speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses, and use the speech profile resource to complete the evaluation.
Yeah, thank you. This speaker is a corporate insurance professional with a rich experience of 14 years. He works as a vice president in Prudent Insurance Brokers. His hobbies are investing in derivatives and capital markets. He would like to stay fit and be lively through fitness. Please put your hands together and welcome Toastmaster Rahul.
I see surprises in everyone's eyes. This is a new profession just now I developed by hearing sir. Happy evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I am here to share your 15 seconds rule, which will change the way you experience anything. The word experience has been used simply like experience, but it has a lot of meaning in itself. And this, after studying on one late evening, I had a leisure of watching a movie during my CA final studies. And the movie was titled On Two People. One, a rich girl from a city of Hyderabad named Anusui. And second, a person called Anand from a village. The name of the movie is A. Very simple. And definitely I won't be sharing all words and something more relevant I'll be sharing. The movie is for 2 hours, but 15 seconds of that changed me completely. And as you all know, one thing what I take is, only one thing with me is action. When something I have learned, I acted upon it, that became my experience. And once I experienced that thing, and that my learning what I've learned, that internalized within me. Once that learning is internalized within me, I was able to connect to that thing. Once you connect, then that is a superpower. Once you're able to connect, it's like color. You can give that wall anything and any color. Let me share you what that learning is all about. This rich girl from Hyderabad had always traveled in aeroplane. She was loaded with money as usual, and with money comes rich diseases. It's like stress. So she always had this sponge ball, smiley ball, where she used to press it. On one fine day, Anusui's father called Anand to their home, and Anand and Anusui discussed, and they decided, let us go to Anand's village. For the first time in her life, she sat in a train. After taking a train, she took a bullock cart to travel to a village. On the middle of the road, Anand and Anusui got down from the bullock cart, and Anusui was like, Anand, is this village? Anand was like, no, wait, you are in the village. And this is not the village. Then Anand told, okay, close your eyes. What happened when she closed the eyes? This is something which changed my perspective completely of closing the eyes. After closing the eyes, Anusui was able to hear the sounds of the village, the cattle which were riding, the wind which blew over the crops. Second thing, after this was done, Anusui was like very happy with that. Second night, Anand told, close your ears. Then she was able to smell the fragrance which came, which was just before the rain comes, how this soil smells, right, or fragrance that arrives. For the first time in her life, she was able to experience that. During her stay in the village for around 30 days, it changed her life completely. You imagine, she gave her stress ball off. She was more happy. She was able to connect to the people. She was able to communicate to everyone. Earlier, that was not the case. Now taking this experience, I gave it my color. Often we get the opportunity to visit different places, yes or no? Do you agree, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And how do we visit different places? Once, my friend would have told. Second, Instagram.
Social media.
Social media. Third, someone would have recommended. That is amazing. Or office colleagues would have said. Same thing with me also. Next time you are visiting this place, I want you to follow this rule, which I changed to a tweaked it. What is the tweak I bought? I understood, okay, this is what she is telling. Let me implement it. First thing, we have to watch our full 360 degree around it in 15 seconds. Next thing, you will close your eyes and for 15 seconds, you will hear all the sounds. Third thing, you will close your ears and take the fragrance of wherever you go for 15 seconds. After that, you should not close your nose. You will die. All senses will be blocked. Na? So after that, you'll try to touch it and feel it. What happened is, I had a luxury to travel to different places. Few being forest reserve areas, trekking spots, or seashore, or I've been to Himalayan trekkings and other places. Trust me, when I went to seashore, one example if I want to give you. When I did this, each wave felt different. And once I was able to connect, I was able to appreciate the impermanence nature. What is impermanence? The continuously changing nature. That is something I was able to connect. And with that came a superpower. I was so indulged in it that I created a rule again for myself that every 15 days I'll visit one new place and try to connect to that place. This time I won't just click pictures, but I will connect to it. Once I started connecting, life was showing different colors altogether, and I started enjoying this. To end my speech, I would like you to take two key takeaways. One thing, watch movie. It's on YouTube free. Second, apply this 15 seconds rule. You can click all the pictures here, there, but apply this 15 seconds rule and feel the magic within yourself. And with experience, learning internalizes, and then you bloom all around. Over to Toastmasters. Thank you.
After that first wonderful speech, now we move on to the second speech. The second speaker also is attempting level 1 project 3, titled When Courage Meets Leadership. I request the individual evaluator, Toastmaster Shuba to read out the guidelines.
The speaker is attempting level 1 project 3,
purpose statement of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance his speech. Notes for the evaluator. During the completion of this project, the member has spent time learning about and practicing their body language, including gestures and other non-verbal communication, along with their vocal variety, including bass, tone, pitch, and volume. About the speech, the member will present a well-organized speech on any topic. Watch for the members' awareness of their intentional and unintentional movement and body language. Note distracting movements as well as movements that enhance the speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. Use this evaluation for speakers who have indicated they want to be evaluated on body language or body language and vocal variety. The member has indicated they only want to be evaluated on vocal variety. Please use the speech profile available on Basecamp. All the best to the speaker and
Thank you. The speaker has completed BBA from Dayanand Sagar University. Currently pursuing PGDM from St. Joseph Institute of Management. Please put your hands together and welcome Toastmasters Sachin.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Different people view leadership in a different way, but if you ask me what leadership is all about, I don't care what you do when things are going well. I only care about what you do when things are going bad. Show me your capabilities when the odds are against you. That is what leadership is. Not when things are going well and you just follow others. Let me take you back to 2011. Sir Alex Ferguson, he was the coach of Manchester United. He was up against Arsenal, who were one of the best teams in England at that point. He had a big injury crisis. So he had to find a way to win this match. The odds were against him. He placed 7 defensive players in the team. And even the commentators were shocked. Surely Arsenal are going to win this game, right? There's no way they can win with this lineup. But Alex Ferguson found a way. During the match, on the touchline, he was very commanding. You need to track back. I want you to track back. I don't care whether you're an attacker. I want you to track back and defend. If you don't do it, I'm going to put you on the bench and take you off the pitch. I want you to maintain a mid block. Be aggressive in the center of the pitch. So he showed his command, and because of this, Manchester United won the game 2-0. And then everyone was shocked seeing the result. Also, going back to 2010, there was another coach named Jose Mourinho. He was coaching Inter. They were up against Barcelona. Barcelona were a powerhouse back then. Nobody could beat them. Nobody could go. Even after the first leg where they won 3-1, people thought, oh yeah, Barcelona is going to turn this around. They were playing at the Camp Nou with a capacity of 1 lakh. And 30th minute, Inter Milan get a red card. And everyone thought, yeah, this is Barcelona's game to lose. Most of the managers would have crumbled at this point of time. But Mourinho was like, no, hold your horses. I have a plan. There was a footballer named Samuel Eto'o. He was one of the best strikers in the world. And he put him at left back. And he clearly mentioned, today I don't want you to score any goals. You just have to defend for your life. And I want you to put your bodies on the line today. That is what I want you to do. Yes, it might not be your usual position, but you have to take one for the team. That is what leadership is about. So it's all about adapting and showing courage. So this was a very momentous incident for me. So during my school days, we had 2 branches. We were in a football team. We had 2 branches. The first branch lost a game 9-0, and our batch got scared, our branch. Oh my god, even we are also going to get humiliated. Even my best friends who were Sudeep, Ajay and Prashant, they also backed out. They're like, no, we don't want to get humiliated. So I had to randomly pick students from our class who were not even interested in football for that matter. So I chose them and we went and we assigned a role for each. So we use makeshift players playing out of possession basically. And in the end, we lost the game 3-2, but at least we showed fight. It's better than losing 9-0. So, in the end, at least I was happy that, okay, at least I don't have that regret of not doing anything. At least we showed up. That was the least we could do. So, so that is what I ended up doing. For example, now if you also look at Brazil, there's a term they use in Brazil called as jogo bonito. It is the type of football where only Brazilians know how to execute it. Europeans were not even aware of this kind of a skill. Because of this unpredictability, Brazil are the most successful team when it comes to football. They have won the World Cup 5 times for a reason. So this just shows it's all about bringing that unpredictability factor in you, which is the most important thing. So I would also like to bring this quote up, which I saw actually. If you have a Ferrari and I have a small car, I need to break your wheels. So what does this actually mean? This just means the fact that if you are a superior team to me, if you have the extra resources that I don't have in my team, I cannot go toe-to-toe with you. If I go toe-to-toe with you, obviously the superior team will easily destroy the inferior team, right? So you have to try something completely different. Only then. So for example, in a football match, maybe play more defensive, play a deep block. Don't allow the opposition to play their game. So make it difficult for them. So bring that unpredictability factor. So this is the quote, and I would like to hand it to our captain.
It was a power-packed speech. So with that, we move on to the third speech. The speaker is attempting level 2, project 2, titled Too Good for My Own Good. I request the individual evaluator, Toastmaster Jyothi Rahul, to read out the speech guidelines.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. The purpose statement of this speech project is for the member to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. Notes for the evaluator. The member completing this project is practicing the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. To do this, the member presents a topic that is new or unfamiliar to your club members. One has to listen for a topic that is unusual or unexpected in the club. Take note of the member's ability to present the unusual topic in a way that keeps the audience engaged. This speech is not a report on the content of the Connect with Your Audience project. Thank you, and back to the Master of the Day.
Thank you. This speaker is a HR manager. I'm sure the employees there will be dreading about her. Because she is an MBA with BTech background. So no employees can fool her up. So her hobbies are, she is a foodie and she loves playing guitar. Please put your hands together and welcome Toastmaster Sakshi Gupta.
Raise your hands if you've ever said it's fine when you were definitely not fine. You know, when someone eats your food, borrows your charger, and your favorite t-shirt, it disappears. And suddenly, it's on them. Still, you smile and say, it's okay. That was me. Overly nice, non-confrontational, emotionally polite, human, doormat. Until the day I find myself blocking the most valuable thing I own. Maggie. Why? Because I was living with the sweetest, kindest, helpful kleptomaniac in disguise. And this is the story of how too good turned into too much. Her name was Diya. She smiled all the time. She offered to make me chai. She even folded my laundry. She complimented my outfits like she was the best roommate ever. I thought I have won the roommate lottery. I even called my mom and said, Mom, she's the best. She's like a dream. Who folds someone else's laundry? It started small. One day, my lip balm was missing. Then my face wash. Then my pillow. I stared at my pillow like, you are different. And my neck knows it. Either I was going crazy or Diya was the smoothest criminal I had ever met. First, I blamed myself. Maybe I was the one who misplaced the things. Maybe my stuff has got legs. Maybe my cushion went to its biological cushion family. Then came the gaslighting. Diya, have you seen my spatula? Oh, I thought it was community spatula. Community spatula? Is it socialist for utensils? I started hiding all my forks and knives as if they were national assets. I realized I wasn't living with a roommate. She was a pajama-paired mastermind who could steal your face wash and your trust with just a simple smile. So I did what a Indian, emotionally polite, Indian repressed girl would do. I didn't confront her. I became Sherlock Holmes. I locked my door. I labeled my food as lab samples. I took before and after pictures of my pillow for comparison. I even placed my Maggie at an angle of 45 degrees just to see if it moved. Still, things kept vanishing. She was like a soft-spoken magician. She didn't say abracadabra, but yes, my conditioner was gone. Then came the turning point. One day, I forgot my keys. I called locksmith. Locksmith casually said, Anna, I have made the keys of this room few days back. What? She already had duplicate keys of my room? That's when I knew this was not borrowing. This was organized crime. And then she slipped up. She sent me a selfie. Wearing my favorite pink top, my lipstick, with a smile that said, I know what I am doing and I look good doing it. I marched straight to the landlord and said she's stealing and I want her out. That night, landlord came, but Diya, she didn't panic. She performed. Crocodile tears, drama, and voice shaking. She just didn't steal my stuff. She stole my story. She told the landlord that I was the one who was stealing her stuff. And the landlord, being the wise, extremely mediocre man that he was, he kicked both of us out. That night, I learned something very important, very momentous. Being kind is good. Being nice is powerful. But being too nice can be extremely, extremely cautious. For me, it cost my stuff, it cost my peace and my trust on pillows. Now, I don't live with any diya. I live alone. No diya, no shared shampoo. And yes, my Maggie is under a biometric lock. And if someone asks me, can I borrow your charger? I smile politely and say, sure. Let me scan your retina first. I'm still good, still kind, still polite, but not too good for my own good.
So with that wonderful speeches, we come to the end of our first session. We move on to the most interesting session, that is the table topic session. So to conduct this, we have the table topic master with a versatile academic background. She's done BCom and also interiors. So, and she is very enthusiastic about sports like basketball, table tennis, and badminton. A true foodie at heart, and she prioritizes fitness than anything. Please put your hands together and welcome Toastmaster Apoorva.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prashant, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
How many of you in the room use WhatsApp? Give me a raise of hands. I'm sure everybody, right? When was the last time you got a joke on your WhatsApp chat and you typed, I am laughing? Never? Very few. Instead, what do? We instantly send a laughing emoji. And when we have to say okay, we instantly send a thumbs up. Right? Today, we live in a time when emoji speaks volumes. It speaks more than words. Emojis express our feelings. Emojis are a vital part of our everyday conversation. So, you guessed it right. Today's table topic session is all about emoji emotions. Before I move forward, for the benefit of the guest, let me explain what exactly is table topic session. Table topic session is that part of the Toastmaster meeting where the speakers are chosen at random and given topics on the spot to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, the timer will raise the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, the timer will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, the timer will raise the red card. So today's theme for the table topic session is emoji emotions. Meaning, I'll be showing you an emoji like this. And your task, and make a statement or tell a statement. And your task is to connect the emoji with your experience, story, or the thought. It might be real or completely made up. It can be an experience. It can be completely imaginary. It's all up to you, as long as it is connected to your emoji. Right? Is everybody clear, or you want me to repeat it? Clear. Yes. So let me quickly get into the first topic. The first emoji is happy, and the statement is the happiest incident you remember from your childhood. The happiest incident that you remember from your childhood, and it goes to Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Happiest moment from the childhood. In childhood, I don't remember much happiest moment because the circumstances were like that one. Even if this was also a problem, there was no happiest moment at that time. Then what is the happiest moment in your life is the question. Generally, I ponder over that. And I also many people, what is the happiest moment and what is the sorrowest moment. Now you have asked me to speak about the happiest moment. There are many happiest moments which I have told earlier. I would like to repeat the same thing because the subject is given to me. My ambition was to marry a doctor. Marry a doctor, MBBS doctor. That was my ambition in my life. Because I was inspired. Why I want to marry a doctor? One of my sister was suffering from a cancer. It is an osteosarcoma that is called this thing. Amputation has to be done. After the amputation, I went and met the doctor. Sir, what are your charges? He said, I will not charge. Then at that time, I decided to marry a doctor and build a nursing home. I being in a Lingayat community, I was not able to find any girl who is an MBBS doctor. What shall I do? Even now I am bachelor. So finally I surrendered to the God. When nothing happens, so you surrender to the God. God will give you, provided your thinkings are very good. I was reading an Indian Express paper. In that I saw a doctor from Madurai wishes to marry an engineer settled in Bangalore. What a fine opportunity and this thing it came to me. I responded, they came to me and I agreed to marry her. But my parents were unhappy with my decision. I convinced them and told them, if you are not willing to for this marriage, don't ask me to marry further. So after some time he came to me and agreed for this thing. I am very proud to share with you, I married a gynecologist and I am very happy. That is the happiest moment in my life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. Next, the emoji is funny and the topic is a time you laughed uncontrollably in a serious situation. A time you laughed uncontrollably in a serious situation, and this topic goes to Toastmaster Vikram.
Speaking of the word funny, I think I'm okay. The most what it happened was in a very dangerous situation when my father was scolding me. I don't really remember the date, but yeah, I was getting scolded, but in the background my mom was laughing and I was like, why is she laughing? My father used to tell like, Nagbada. Okay, because of it he is laughing. And I'm like, constantly I'm like, I had no idea like, how to calm down. Sometimes I used to like stamp my own foot and it didn't work, it made me laugh even louder. And my father, first of all, he had some weapon in his hand behind, so had to be careful. Don't know, like, might be bigger. So I think the funniest moment I'm not able to remember, but it might be the most dangerous moment I have ever remembered. So I think.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vikram, for that response with body language involved in it. The next topic is, next emoji is loved. And the topic is a heartwarming act of kindness you have ever received. A heartwarming act of kindness you have ever received. And this topic goes to Toastmaster Gajendra.
It's very difficult for this topic because guys generally don't understand if the thing they're showing is love or is common. I think every guy understands here, or probably I'm just different. I don't know. But I think acting acts of kindness, it's not something I'm proud to say, but I'm more connected to my dogs more than few people. And I have 2 dogs.
they're called Simba and Nala from the Lion King movie, and they both are currently like 10 years old. And how can I say, like when I go home, they're there, they're happy to see me. I now started college and I go back home like pretty late, and it's very hectic. It's pretty annoying to look at people again. Nothing like I'm happy to see you all here. But yeah, it's, I think probably the wrong emoji you gave from me. But yeah, I just feel loved and cared when I find my dogs home and they're there. And when I take them for a walk, the way they jump and go and they look at the leash, I get happy. And when they wag their tails, they hit me with their tails. They hit me in places where I can't explain sometimes. But yeah, and I just feel happy that they're in my life and I'm in their life. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Master Gajendra. We are glad that you're happy to see us. The next topic, next emoji is confused. Confused. And the topic is a time you were lost but found your way in an unexpected manner. A time you were lost but found your way in an unexpected manner. This topic goes to Toastmaster Ajay.
Thank you, dear Topic Master. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests. The time when I was lost, my mind rings back to my 8th standard, where every day I used to walk 10 meters till my bus stop, and the bus picks me up, and I live in Kathirguppe, by the way, and my school is all the way in RR Nagar, Rajeshwari Nagar, which is 5-6 kilometers away. It's a good 20-minute bus ride, and I have to be in the stop by 7:20, if I remember it correctly. So it was a hectic week, and I'd already missed my bus a couple of times. I had to embarrassingly come back to my house, and it is a walk of shame. You come back and say, "I missed the bus. Leave me to the school." So it was the 3rd time I'd done that in the same week. So I was confused. Should I go back to my home, or shall I do something courageous? Shall I run to school? So that was the choice I had in my mind, and it was clear I can run to school. It's just 5 kilometers. If I run, I think I can make it. I was in 8th, and my class line used to go back to the classes in the end after everyone leaves the assembly. So I had that extra 5 minutes where everyone walks out. So I started running, and I'm confused, will I make it on time? I had this costly G-Shock, it was the trend on those days. The time is already 8:10 and 8:20, my assembly closes. And then in all that confusion, what happened was some stranger looked at me and said, okay, this poor kid needs a drop. And he said, okay, I'm going there, I can drop you. So to quickly wrap up, I sat on his bike and I got even more confused. Is this guy going to kidnap me? So it was really confusing, but then I ended up in the front of my gate, ran back, and luckily escaped the radar of my sports teacher. So thank you.
I must say it was a mission accomplished by you, Toastmaster Ajay, to reaching school on time. Thank you for that wonderful response. And the next emoji is hangry, and the topic is, if hunger was a fuel, what would you use it to your power? If hunger was your fuel, what would you use it to your power? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Deepa.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My anger, where I can use it, probably maybe to hit my boss. Yeah, true. So many times it happened where with my anger, full anger, because as soon as I come to office by 9 o'clock, my manager starts looking at the time. 9 o'clock is the office, even though I have to be there before 9. Imagine. This is very wrong, right? What is your expression that time? You have to eat the anger, you have to eat the boss. And that is not the only one. After you complete your work, 6 o'clock, you take the bag and you go. There your manager cabin, he always looking at me. Why she is leaving at 6 o'clock? And I know office timings is 9 to 6 and my manager will not allow me, come, by 9 o'clock to, or if I have to leave by 6 o'clock. You always want me to work till 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and he's not paying me salary. True. That time, I feel like I have to, my anger, I always want to hit him with full anger. So, thank you. Back to Toastmasters.
I pity your boss. Thank you for that wonderful response. And the next emoji is lonely. And the topic is something you enjoy doing alone, but others find it weird. Something you enjoy doing alone, but others find it weird or surprisingly difficult. And this topic goes to Toastmaster Shreya.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Something I like to do alone, but others find it weird that I like to do it alone. I don't think there's anything like that. I think that if you're doing something weird alone, that's something to be concerned about. People are thinking that it's weird that you're doing it alone. But something along those lines is, I'd probably say the time at which I'm doing something alone. So, my house, we stay in a flat and we rent a flat. And I sleep, all of us basically sleep in the same room because we only have one AC. So I don't have my own room, right? There is a room where I stay and do work and study and whatever. But it's still not my room because I'm not sleeping there, or other people can use it when they want to. Something that I like doing is staying up late because that's the only time when I get to be alone in my house or sort of have that privacy without people walking in and out of the room all the time. And my parents used to hate this before. Why are you sleeping late? My dad is very big on sleep is something that is good for your body. And a few years ago, I was very against that. I was like, no, this is the only time I get to be alone. I, have to use this time to sort of relax. So my relaxation time was actually at 12 in the morning. Nowadays, my mom has also started sleeping late. So that time to myself has also gone and I don't have that time to myself. Contrarily, I have actually started sleeping early. So now I sleep by 11:30, 12ish, and honestly it feels good to wake up early with a good amount of sleep. So something that I used to do was stay up alone till 3 or 4 in the morning doing whatever I wanted. But practices or habits change over time. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreya. The next emoji is anxious. And the topic is public speaking or waiting for an exam result. Public speaking or waiting for an exam result. What makes you more anxious? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Samir.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guys. You already know that public speaking is more anxious to me. Yeah. In exam result, I don't think I am not anxious because seeing my character, I have that what we say self-assessment. I will do that more.
Where you feel more tense? What gives you tension? by the lesson. That was great. So the next emoji is excited. Excited. The topic is a momentous time when you were absolutely thrilled, like bursting with excitement. A momentous time when you were absolutely thrilled, like bursting with excitement. And this topic goes to Toastmaster Dishitha.
So the emotion I've got is being excited. To most of you here, I am not sure how many of you have siblings and how many of you don't. But if you know that if you have a sibling, then it comes with a lot of banter, a lot of fights, and sometimes really good bonding and opening up your heart to them. So the best part of having a sibling is that you always measure every glass of that milkshake up to that last 1 millimeter so that the other person doesn't get more, and it's always equally divided. Every slice of pastry is geometrically cut so that you have equal halves for each other. And at times this gets annoying and you feel like, why do I have to share all this with my brother or sister? Why do I always have to compromise? But let's just say that there's a situation where they're not at home for a week or a month, and every time there's something like that you want to eat or do where even the other person is involved, you really start missing them, and you really crave for those moments because you are so used to being with the other person, you're so bonded and connected to them that you share most of your lives, small moments and stories of happiness with that person. So I think it gives me a lot of excitement when my brother comes back from a short trip or camps that he goes to, because I'm really excited to listen to his stories, tell him my stories, where we stay up all night and talk to each other, open our hearts out, and speak about what is happening with our lives. I think that is very, very exciting for me, and it gives me a lot of happiness, and it's something that I always look forward to. So thank you.
Sibling bonding can never be replaced. Thank you, Toastmaster Dishitha, for that wonderful response. Now it's time for a twist. I'll be picking out two emojis. The next tabletop speaker is going to weave these emotions into a single story. And the emojis are lonely and happy. And this topic goes to Toastmaster Saketh.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. So, I have to weave a story with lonely and happy. So, I'm not good at storytelling, but let's start off. Once upon a time, there lived a person, and he lived with his family of 4, and things were going great, and suddenly he started to feel responsibilities, and something that he felt it was not necessary, but he had to take it up. And when you start taking up responsibilities is when you start spending more time alone, and when you finish those works, you tend to feel like you need to spend some time for yourself to reflect on how you want to do and how you want to improve. But when you spend too much time alone is when you start feeling lonely. And this person started feeling that. So in order to keep himself happy and of course not to be lonely or to try out new things, he started to come out of his comfort zone. And when he started doing that, he realized that he doesn't have to be lonely when actually he's just happy trying out new stuff, whether he's doing it alone or not. And this is something that I see myself. It's not that difficult, it's a phase that everyone has to go through. And it's a phase that I feel I'm going at some phase now. And it's not that I'm lonely, it's just that I'm too happy to be lonely because I get to focus on myself and I get to see myself grow. And I like to be out of my comfort zone and see to what extent I can go, and I like to see myself, experiment myself, and see to what extent I can, try and draw the line so that I don't have to cross it again. So, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saketh. The next and the last topic for the day is disgusted, and the topic is a weirdest or the grossest food you have ever tried. The weirdest food that you have tried, and this topic goes to Toastmaster Chetan.
About a year and a half, 2 years back, we had gone to Iceland. Place, it's cold, it's beautiful. But you walk into a restaurant, as a vegetarian, there aren't too many options out there. They predominantly meat heavy. But I am neither here nor there. I am a vegetarian who likes non-veg food. So when the opportunity presents itself, I will try. There were a lot of, a couple of my friends were there. They were far more hardcore. They were eating crabs and creatures and seals and whatnot. So I tried a bunch of stuff from their plates. None of it was like worthwhile truly. Until one day there was this 2,000, what is that? 2,000 rupees, let's say, the 2,000 rupee shark pickle. They give us 4 pieces of tiny shark pickle, and we had to do it. We had to try it. There's 4 of us on the table. My wife is a vegetarian. She's not going to have it. So that leaves 4 of us and 3 of us with 4 pieces. And they're all this small. And we took it. We tried it. It was terrible. It is the worst thing humanity has ever seen. They might have created that or pulled out that shark 1 year ago and or 10 years ago, and they've been pickling it since God knows when. One shark, it is so bad. It is sour, bitter. It is everything you don't want to eat in one bite. I'm very glad I did try it because I know what I'm never going to have. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetan. With that, we come to the end of today's table topic session. I would like to hand over the charge to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prashant.
So for that interesting and also encouraging session, let's give one more round of applause. So now let's take a 10 minutes break and come back energized. So I'm sure you all are energized and back to kind of have a feedback on the entire proceedings, particularly the speakers. They must be very curious to hear out their feedback. So let's begin our evaluation session. To conduct this, we have a veteran Toastmaster. He has mentored, nurtured plenty of Toastmaster members in here. Not only in this club, many other clubs. Has conducted educational sessions and lots of workshops. He is an electrical engineering graduate, and he's retired as a joint general manager at Mecon. He was heading electrical and automation. So personally, I feel he is a strenuous protagonist of this Toastmaster movement. Please put your hands together and welcome General Evaluator BTM AK Prabhakara.
Thank you, Toastmasters, for that rather generous introduction. Let's move on to straight away the evaluation of individual speeches. first of the speeches today was by Toastmaster Rahul, evaluated by Toastmaster Madhusudhan. Toastmaster Madhusudhan to give his evaluation, please.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my target speaker, Rahul, in general. Off the bat, I want to say of all the speeches that I've listened to you, I think you have something profound about life that you have to say. And something that I've observed is you always speak with a smile. You engage with the audience, you have humor, and you also speak in a very conversational manner. So it makes it very easy to understand what you're saying and also to go along the journey of whatever you are trying to say. Now, when it comes to some of the things that I observed from your speech, now this, a disclaimer to everyone, I think I mentioned he wants to be judged only on vocal variety, but it's actually vocal variety and body language. So, with that away, I want to mention some of the good things that you did. In some of the words that you used, you stress them a lot to kind of give an indication of the moment, how it is supposed to be. So that was good. And coming to your hand movements, I really like it. I think you kind of paint a picture just with your hands, so that's pretty good. And some of the things that you could probably want to improve upon. Now, considering this project is for vocal variety and body language, I kind of felt that your vocal variety was a bit flat. Some areas it went up, but most of the time, it was a bit flat, and I think you can improve upon that. And coming to the usage of the space. Now, we've got a big stage, but you were just kind of here. And I think you had two characters, right? Anand and Ansui. You were just play acting or showing it here. You could have probably moved further away, and you could have spoken. And I think another thing you could have done with your voice modulation is, when you were speaking as Anand, you could have probably been a bit more having a more baritone kind of a voice, and with Ansui something different. So to kind of sum it up, I think you should use the space more. You need to do a lot of voice modulation because I felt it was flat, but good on stressing the words, good hand movements, and great engaging story. I like this speech. Thank you.
Toastmaster Madhusudhan's evaluation was bang on spot. In the sense it was positive, upbeat, and pointed a way forward. But when it comes to pointing a way forward, I think it needs an extra push, or I want to make a point on that. In the sense it's applicable to everybody. That is, when you are incorporating, when you are looking for body language, vocal variety, the way forward for that is to incorporate dialogue into your narration. Incorporate dialogue into your narration, and then the body language comes naturally because you are acting out the character, and vocal variety comes naturally. So you act out the character, and how to do that is that you imagine the scene that is there, that you are narrating, and you become part of that character or that scene. Rest of the things just simply follows. So consider this, and that will be perhaps the guiding light towards in this direction. And in fact, the stage usage also to a large extent comes through that process. So it's up to you to how you will incorporate, how you will actually make it creative. That's where the spaces of creativity lies in Toastmasters. So rest of the things what he pointed out is right. I thought over and above what he said, some kind of a hint needs to be passed on. It is a general one that I am passing on to everybody so that everybody becomes aware of such a kind of hint and usefulness of such a hint in their speeches that's going to come in subsequent days. Now we move on to, but we shall be giving that special round of applause to both the speaker and the evaluator for doing the work. Now we move on to the second speech. Second speech was by Toastmaster Sachin, evaluator Toastmaster Shuba.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And a special good evening to the target speaker, Toastmaster Sachin. So, where leadership meets courage. And this is one of the speeches so far that where I've actually felt the emotion and combined with action coming across. You started off your speech pointing at everyone. Are you really a leader? Can you perform under pressure? And that gave us that, feeling of being intimidated, thinking of, okay, I should rethink my leadership. And you moved on to talk about leaders in the football space and continued by your own experience. So, coming to the body language and vocal variety aspects, which is the project purpose, the pointing was bang on, followed by you used a lot of fist on palm gestures that were also impactful. Followed by, I think, while talking about the team structure, you had like a gesture like this and like a selection that also was effective. Coming to the vocal variety, in the beginning it was very high, but as it progressed, you sort of took on your normal tone, which you could have, maybe added more vocal variety. For example, when I think you were talking about the Barcelona team and how they were all going to fail, but the coach stepped in. So you don't even need two characters to embody. While speaking itself, you could have said, then Moreno said, hold on, I have a plan. Like something different so that it grabs attention, right? And there's also this thing about gestures, which I have also come to understand recently, is when we talk, we all have this neutral position, and we come back to it, and then we like move our hands, and it's a good place to have that space. But sometimes maybe our neutral position is something we need to look back at. Right now, mine is, I think, this. I come back to this a lot. And your neutral position I observed was something like this. So maybe rethink that, see what works for you. And an overall rule for body language is open palms. So that is more inviting and approachable. So that's something you can also incorporate. And finally, a suggestion is to maybe stand in the center of the stage so that you have one whole arm that you can explain on this side and another on this side. I think you were a little towards the side, but yeah, next time just look at these things and I'm sure you will improve exceedingly well. Thank you and now.
Evaluation was in place. Then she pointed out where he excelled, what he has to work upon, and where he can challenge himself. One small thing I would say that when evaluation takes place, let's do it with respect to opening, body, conclusion. His opening was right, body fantastic, because there are 3 examples that he fit. One, 2 football situations and one his own school one. Conclusion was not somewhat, he was perhaps a little relaxed that he has done the other major part of it. All right, so conclusion was some kind of, it fizzled out. So he can be little kind of firm about conclusion and as firm as the one kind of line that he started with. You can point out that. But your speech evaluation was in place, and for that let's give her a round of, special round of applause for both the speaker and evaluator. If you have observed, I try to evaluate the evaluator, not the speaker. So it's just ensuring that quality of the evaluation matters a lot. To that extent, I try to limit myself to that. When I see that something is amiss in the evaluation, just I'm adding it. Now, next speech was next speech by Toastmaster Sakshi is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Jyothi Rahul.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests, and special good evening to Toastmaster Sakshi. Overly nice, non-confrontation, human doormat is what most of us are, and we think it is normal. And Sakshi brought in a new page saying that for small things, shampoo, conditioner, charger, it may start small, but it will end in a huge way, which will be a chaos for us in our own mind. So that was very well done. The purpose of the speech is to bring a new dimension on your speech, which you did. You excelled because you do have a flair of telling stories with act and with the gesture phrases, like she was a smooth criminal. And your gestures like it was like Sherlock with a narrow eye. You know, actually I could imagine Sherlock being in that way. So all this you excelled at, of course with your confidence, no doubt about it. You may want to work on is the reducing of the pauses. You had lots of, the sentences had pauses, and also on the opening and closing. What you started was non-confrontation, human doormat, and then you closed it. I felt it a bit low, like look into the, I will give the charger and look into the eye and scan the retina. If it could have been like, the first sentence what you started with, non-confrontation, overly nice, non-confrontation, human doormat. But now I realize that I have to look into the eye and scan their retina to go ahead. That would have created more impact on your closing. And to challenge yourself, you can work on your humor and voice modulation. Like for example, I blamed myself. So I blamed myself. Your entire volume goes down. And then a long pause. We are all like expecting, okay, you blamed yourself, so what next? Then you raise it up and say, okay, but I know what I am doing and I know what I want, which will take me a long way. Like, apart from that, as I said, you have a very good flair of telling stories, and that too with confidence and phrases. A bit more of modulation of voice will take a long way for your upcoming speeches. Thank you, and back to the team.
Nicely and squarely done evaluation, to the point, and the best way to appreciate that is to give a resounding round of applause to evaluator. Now I think the ballot have been sent out. It is being sent. All right. So within next half a minute, maybe it will be released. Please vote for best speaker and best table topic speaker. Now we move on to the other evaluation. For example, okay, let's say TAPG role takers. Timer, your evaluation, please. Timer, Toastmaster Samir.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. Meeting number 1331 commences at 6:20 p.m. Welcome by Sergeant. Allotted time is 2 minutes 30. 2 minutes. Time taken is 2 minutes 30 seconds. President address allotted time is 5 minutes. And time taken is precisely 5 minutes. Report on previous meeting MO Toastmaster Madhusudhan. Allotted time is 2 minutes. Time taken is 3 minutes 20 seconds. Master of Ceremony Toastmaster Prashant. Allotted time is 20 minutes. Time taken is 90 minutes 30 seconds. And speakers Toastmaster Rahul. Allotted time is 7 minutes. Time taken is precisely 7 minutes. And evaluation Toastmaster Madhusudhan. Allotted time is 2 minutes and time taken is 2 minutes 27 seconds. And speaker Toastmaster Sachin. Allotted time is 7 minutes and time taken is 5 minutes 35 seconds. Evaluation Toastmaster Shuba. Allotted time is 2 minutes and time taken is 3 minutes 30 seconds. Speakers Toastmaster Sakshi Gupta. Allotted time is 7 minutes. Time taken is 7 minutes 10 seconds. And evaluation Toastmaster Jyothi. Allotted time is 2 minutes. Time taken is 3 minutes 10 seconds. And total time allotted for table topics is 20 minutes. And time taken is precisely 20 minutes. And individual time taken is listed on board. Break time is allotted time is 10 minutes. Time taken is 12 minutes. General evaluation till now 6 minutes and so on. Thank you.
If you have noted, his evaluation or management of time was precisely as required, no razzmatazz added, and matter of fact way of doing things. He doesn't really take extra even moment more than what is required. Let's give him a special round of applause. Next, our counter evaluation by Toastmaster Vikram. Toastmaster Vikram, please.
Toastmaster Rachna, Toastmaster Latha as acting president, none. Toastmaster Prashant, Toastmaster of the day, none. Toastmaster Samir, the timer 1 hour, none ER and 3 pauses. Toastmaster Vikram, R counter, 1 hour, none ER and 1 pauses. Toastmaster Dishitha as Grammarian, none. Toastmaster Deepa as PP Evaluator, 1 hour and none. Toastmaster CA Rahul Gandhi, so sorry to tell this, but it was perfect. Yes, please. And Toastmaster Madhusudhan as the evaluator for speech number 1, it was perfect. And Toastmaster Sachin as speaker number 2, it was perfect. And evaluator for Toastmaster 2, Toastmaster Shuba, 5 are 3 ER and 1 pause. Toastmaster Sakshi, speaker number 3, okay, it was perfect. And and coming to table topic speakers, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa as speaker number 1, it was perfect speech. And speaker number 2, Vikram, 2 are no ER and 1 pauses. Toastmaster Gajendra, speaker number 3, 1 hour, no ER and 2 pauses. Toastmaster Ajay, speaker number 4, 1 hour and rest is perfect. And Toastmaster Deepa as speaker number 5, 1 hour and other things are perfect. Toastmaster Shreya, only 1 pause. Toastmaster Samir, 1 hour, no ERs and 3 pauses. And Toastmaster Dishitha, speaker number 8, 1 hour, no ER and 1 pauses. Toastmaster Saketh, speaker number 9. 2 R, 1 ER, and 1 pause, and the most used word was and. Toastmaster Chetan, speaker number 10. Only 1 pause, and
Maybe that year or something you were telling. Year, what is that? What is it? Year. Year. I didn't get so far in 27 years.
In the Avon report, just put it out there. The R's and R's, what they are doing, it's talking about the second
No,
term.
he's first time, sir. Maybe he's doing it, but we should guide him to the right kind of thing. That's why.
It needs to be guided.
You check that, and they seem to be authority on that. You have a word with that. Thank you for your meticulous way of doing things. Let's hold it for. He has done a good job.
Yes.
High-tech job.
Sir, I just want to clarify a point over here. Now, when we are talking, all the new joinees and everyone over here, when you're talking about acting president, it's only going to be someone who's not the president and taking over the position of the president. It can be either the VPE or the VPM who takes over it. So, acting president is someone who's not the president and just acting as the president for that particular session. So, like how we have the acting sergeant at arms, the actual sergeant of arms is Toastmaster Rachana, but Chetan has come in her place because she's not there today. So, he'll be the acting sergeant at arms. So, whenever you're giving these titles, please be careful that how you're giving it. Thank you, sir.
But still, that word, what was it supposed to be? Huh?
EM.
No, sir, Americans say
EM.
Sir, I have a question.
Better fix that thing.
Sir, I need to
He needs to be
clarification
guided.
from you. You are giving a very detailed this thing, but the time allotted is very less.
No, I'm going to comment on that. See, let's say this is valid for every person who takes over this account. He need not, I think I'm more addressing to you, please stop working on that. The point is that you should not, if it's one pause, for example, one person's one pause was there, you do not have to point out. I think somewhere on, if you go through the link that is given there in our WhatsApp manual, what kind of counting has to be done, you will see at least in given kind of a speech, 4 times if he uses the same one, then you have to say that is his kind of catchword. 4 times, I think that option is given there, and that is where the executive decision of the counter matters here. That's where the leadership matters here. Even each role has a leadership point there, and that's where you have to make up your mind to find out whether to just really tell that whether that person's crutch word is that. If it's once, if it is twice, neglected, and that saves a lot of time. And those who have, and at that end, one summing up is that there are very little ahs and dumps, and I have neglected everything. And you may not get ribbon, it doesn't matter. Okay? So you need not have to elaborate, stretch, and keep chewing the same stuff. That's what I see members doing it. I don't get much opportunity, but I get opportunity to be a GA when nobody is there to accept it. So I am coming here right behind this lecture fairly rarely, but I wanted to point out, sometimes I have done it from here, but best way is to point out from here. And you have to ensure that unnecessary things are not pointed out. A pause is sometimes the time that you borrow instinctively to think over and speak, and that should not be counted upon. There is something like an executive decision right there you have to make, and please make it. It's a general thing that I'm pointing it out. But for the kind of effort that he has put initially, that too as a starter, he is something that his enthusiasm is unmatched. Let's give him a good round of applause. Then we have Grammarian Toastmaster Dishitha, please.
Okay, here is the Grammarian's report for today. Firstly, I would like to say that the word of the day, momentous, was used by two Toastmasters, Toastmaster Sachin and Toastmaster Sakshi, once by each of you. Other than them, nobody else is used. Okay. Toastmaster Apoorva also used the word. There are a few good usages that I have noted down. Toastmaster Prashant said this quote, saying that thinking is for the privileged few. That was a good quote. Rahul Gandhi used impermanence and learning internalized, which were good phrases. Toastmaster Sachin used the phrases hold your horses, unpredictability factor, and toe to toe, which were good. He also used a Brazilian slogan or a quote, which was very creative and unique. He also said in the end of his speech that if you have a Ferrari and I have a small car, I need to break your wheels, which kind of stood out. Next, coming to Toastmaster Sakshi, your speech had a few good notable phrases like non-confrontational, kleptomaniac, mediocre, smoothest criminal, and you also used a line which said you can steal my stuff but she stole my story. And you also ended with a line that said being kind is good, being nice is powerful. However, one not so good usage that I noted was the use of a or an. You said a Indian instead of an Indian, so that is just a minor usage that I noticed. Other than that, coming to the table topic session, Toastmaster Ajay used the phrase walk of shame, which was good. Toastmaster Shreya used the word contrarily, which indicates good vocabulary, and Toastmaster Chetan used the word predominantly, which is also a good word. So this is the end of the report. Thank you so much.
Please come back here. We have to practice. You have to always do not leave the elected empty. That's the goal. Please. This is also general evaluation. Now I invite the parliamentary procedure evaluator, Toastmaster Deepa.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a PPE evaluator, I have observed few people using their phones, and also one person spoke about religion. Please try to avoid from next meetings. And there was no speaking about sex and politics, and there was only entry and exits during applause. Apart from that, meeting was smooth. Thank you so much.
I just want to add regarding Grammarian, I forgot to compliment her. And if she was also in a matter of fact business-like precision that she spoke with regard to the good usage, not so good usages, wrong words, and one-liners. She pointed out what lines went right, and word of the day, how many people use, how many members use, and it was done very, very precisely. Perhaps for that, let's give her a round of applause. PP evaluation was bang on target as far as evaluation is concerned. On the whole, how the parliamentary procedure was in place. But still, I would like to point out, perhaps she missed it, not mention caste or religion in any way, indirectly or directly also. It should never be implied and brought in place. So this is a general statement I am giving, so ensure that it is not done. That's a comment that I am giving. So otherwise, parliamentary procedure was done precisely and correctly. Let's give Toastmaster Deepa a round of applause. The meeting started on time. I think Samir, you said it started at 6:30.
6:20.
6:20. So you are right. 6:20, and it was a rare combination. We started within 5 minutes margin, and the president for that deserves a special round of applause. She was hurrying through and pushing things and making it happen. And the meeting was started on the theme, Thinking is Luxury by Sergeant at Arms, Acting Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Chetan. He brought in the story and how the parenting, the keenness of the mother on one side, the father not being there, in the sense of not involved. So all those things, that how the thinking and the associated anxiety or the luxury of otherwise of it was brought out, and he was very clear and started it on kind of kick-started it. It's just started the meeting, and that's the way it should be, not taking anybody's time, and that's what he did a very good job of that. Normally people try to stretch it and chew the same thing all over again and again, making it almost a presidential speech. That was avoided. For that alone, he should be given a thunderous round of applause. Then President took over and called the meeting to order. Before that, she's called upon the secretary to read out the MOM, and our secretary is very good at it because once he takes a breath in, he is a gym man, once in, until the last bit of oxygen he reels it out. Whether it's up to you to catch it, and it was like a Formula 1 car. and he really clear diction, it is for you. It was something like a commentary, running commentary when things are very exciting in a hockey match. So, and that he did it very well, and I have seen him doing it repeatedly and taking as little time as possible, and that should be his goal, and that's what he executes. Let's give him a special round of applause. Then our president, she has a flair for speaking, certain fluency, certain flow is in place, and she has shed off a few other things like every other. I am a keen watcher of her speeches. Earlier, if you recollect, she used to say, write every other sentence, right? I thought she was in the past, but she was a bus conductor. So that right, she has shed it off. Now the sentences are clear diction, and she narrates with certain flow and fluency, which has a certain stamp of authority, and she does it very well. And that she is able to hold the quality as far as the president's job is to hold up certain, like a flag, a quality, and she is doing that very well. Let's give her a special round of applause for what wonderful presidential speech. Then we come to master ceremonies. When he comes, Prashant comes behind the lectern, he always brings a theme that makes you think. It is not the first time, it makes you think. His theme itself is something peculiar he brings, and that keeps you wondering what is it that he is going to talk about. And the kind of treatment he gave, made you think on this, and this is the kind of thought or kind of thing that really enhances makes the member feel that their time is well spent. To that extent, he was very good. In fact, he has also shed off many of his kind of routine habits, like he used to move like this every other sentence. He has dropped that, and today there was no jerk in his sentences. Perhaps he has prepared and really worked hard on that, and it showed off. All these things are positive things that I am pointing it out, and for that, that too, he is a busy man, but he has made it a point to be here to give a kind of talk that he has given today. Let's give him a resounding round of applause. Table topic master, Apoorva, right? She is the one go-to person if there is trouble and finding somebody as a table topic master. She puts her hand up first, and she comes out each time. She comes up something new, and that is not easy to do. She has certain creative element to whatever she does, and I'm really sometimes keeps me wondering how she comes up with that. So much of variety goes into her this thing, and requires a lot of creativity, some kind of thinking on the creativity side, and she's very good at it. And she has improved leaps and bounds. That's what Toastmaster does for everyone who stays here long enough to get its benefit. She is one of those beneficiaries. For that, let's give her again a thunderous round of applause. Covered every aspect of this. The speech quality was good, table topic was good. On the whole, the entire meeting went on very well. and it was a very high standard, I would say. In a long time, everything was in place. So let's give a round of applause to ourselves for that. Yes, I hand over the control back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prashant.
That was a clinical evaluation, I would say. So enriching, all the speakers here to continuously improve. So one thing I'd like to add, the entire meeting, everything went fine. The enthusiastic participation in both the prepared speech and as well as table topics. I'd like to highlight that the president took initiative to keep the things in order. As soon as she came, so that we can start the meeting in time. So I think the regular sergeant at arms was not in action, but I see that a lot of proactive action by the president. So this is one positive aspect of this club. So with that, I'd like to hand over it to the president. Thank
you. What a meeting. This is the quality of meeting and Mekong Communication Club. And we strive to raise the standard, raise the bar at each meeting. And I hope in the coming near future, our standards are met and we exceed expectation. And a huge round of applause to all of us for making it happen. I think many of you have not voted or casted your vote in the ballot. I request everyone to finish their voting. Please remember, there is only one chance to vote, no multiple chances. So please vote. 20 of us in the room and only 6 people still missing. Another 30 seconds, one person missing. Please cast your vote. So I'll just be going ahead with the results. The best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Ajay. Did you take it?
No, second.
The first ribbon, right?
No, first.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The best TAPG role taker goes to our Grammarian Toastmaster Dishitha. The best evaluator, Toastmaster Shuba. Best MTG role taker goes to our table topic master, Toastmaster Apoorva. The best speaker for the day, the person with the most energetic expressions behind the lectern, Toastmasters Sakshi Gupta. I think I've done all. I hope I've not missed any of the winners. Congratulations to all the winners, and I hereby close the meeting number 1331.